So, I'm back again with a new letter. This letter is to this thing called depression. Let me preface this. Let's look up the definition of depression before we begin, because I feel like it has such a negative connotation, which, I mean, when people are going through depression or when they think they're going through depression, it's not a good time for them. It's very hard on them. So let's look it up to see what it actually means. Hey Siri, what's the definition of depression?
Depression means feelings of severe despondency and dejection.
And right underneath it says, a mental condition characterized by feelings of severe despondency and dejection. It's well, it was looking up definition of depression as in like repression depression, but I guess you can relate it back. You know what? We'll just look it up the old-fashioned way instead of asking Siri. It says, a brain disorder characterized by persistently depressed mood or loss of interest in activities, causing significant impairment in daily life. And yes, I would say I'm depressed. I've been in depression for almost 2.5, 3 years, ever since I started becoming an adult and ever since I started being on my own, and I couldn't, well, not that I couldn't, but when I started choosing not to rely on my parents for everything, when I call myself an adult in training. That's like a little joke I have. But ever since then, like especially specifically starting senior year of high school, I've been very independent, and it's made me a very depressed person because I feel like I can't reach out to anyone anymore. I don't want to wake up every day. I don't wake up every day in the morning. I don't feel happy to be waking up and doing whatever I'm doing. I'm not happy at the job I'm working. I'm not happy with school. I don't want to sit around with my family and do stuff when they're talking. I just want to sit in my room and not do anything. And that, I would say, fits under being depressed. And I think my depression really comes from everything that I keep bottled inside. I never let out what I'm feeling or how I'm feeling about something or what's going through my mind or why I am the way I am, and I think that's really the cause of it. The feeling of always feeling alone, even though I have so many loved ones around me. I have a huge family full of people that love me for me. Really great and amazing friends that motivate me, that give me advice, that are always there for me, and I still at the end of the day feel alone. And I so badly just want to kick it in the butt. I want to kick myself in the butt and be like, Maliha, get off your bed and do something about it. Don't sit here and grieve in your own mind and your heart, and don't let whatever you're feeling take over your life, because it's really not. It's all in your own head. But it's so hard because I guess you're like in this limbo of just being stuck in the middle of nowhere. But you know where you are and you know how you got there, and you know how you could possibly get out of it. But you just don't do anything about it because you don't want to. You want to be happy so bad, but I've been this way for so long that I don't know how to be happy anymore. Yes, I smile so much, but once a friend told me a person that smiles the most has the most grief on the inside, is the most depressed, has the most emotions on the inside, because they're just masking all of that with a smile on their face. Once someone didn't realize I was not in a good place because my Snapchat story said otherwise. My Snapchat story is what I want it to be unless someone takes my phone and posts something on it, which most of the time I find out about anyway. And if I don't want it to be on there, I would take it off because it's my phone and my Snapchat story. So I choose to put what I want on. I'm not gonna sit there on my Snapchat and cry with the people that are on my Snapchat because I don't want to show that part of my life about you. Well, my Snapchat story or my Instagram or my social media or these videos aren't all of me. So when people tell you you're not depressed or you don't feel a certain way, they're wrong, because who knows you better than yourself? I've been in this state of depression for, like I said, almost 3 years now, and I don't know what's going to happen in the future. It's so unclear to me. And I've been trying very hard to be more positive, to be more giving. Maybe if I give, I get back what I need in order to get out of this state. But it's hard. Not a lot of people will tell you this kind of stuff. Nobody's going to tell, not a lot of people open up about their personal lives because they feel like it's not empowering. It feels like they're not getting anything good out of it. They're not getting anything good out of sharing it. But I personally think sharing my story about how I tend to keep everything bottled inside and I don't want to open up to people maybe might help someone else out. And I really just want to spread the word. Being depressed is a real thing. So don't let people tell you it's not a real thing, because it's a real thing. When you are not happy with yourself, that's when depression strikes. And it's the easiest way for depression to get into your mind and your heart. And my biggest advice, I can't even give advice on this because I don't even know how to conquer it. But what I can say is do something about it. And that's what I plan on doing. And I hope you can stay on this journey with me and see how I change my life from this state of depression, from this state of not wanting to get out of my room or out of my bed, to this to me spreading positive influence to other people, to me waking up happy and being like, yes, I'm gonna conquer the world today. Maybe even become president.